Listen, a hungry team, a good team, salivates in that ninth inning. And I know maybe it's too late, but that closer was ready to blow up. In fact, I was shocked. He had Ryan Stanek warming up in the bullpen. I'm going to him right now. I've seen this Diaz act before. He gets the first two guys on. The tying run comes to the plate, and he let him stay out there, and instructed the catcher, all fastballs now. He got him in a count with fastballs.
I started to have some hope there.
I mean, really, Cody Clemens had a bad at-bat. 2 fastballs he got. All right, let's go to Will in Brookhaven. Will, you're on 97.5 The Fanatic. Will.
Hey, what's up, guys?
What's going on, Will?
Man? All right, if I can make 2 points, but one about the Phillies, I'm very disappointed in this lineup. This team, this lineup can't come back to produce like this. Like, they didn't do anything, and I was wondering, to ask you, Mike, what happened to, our internet or, our athleticism? There's no athletes on this team. I understand it's baseball, but, I don't know. I need something better than this lineup. This lineup didn't produce anything, and they're supposed to have been good.
Yeah, well, they were good at one point, and then they just kind of lost it. I can't explain that. I really can't. Guys got to come. I don't know what they can do. What can they do? Are they going to pedal Bohm? Are they going to trade him? That kid's not ready to play. That prospect. He's not.
Yeah, Aiden Miller is probably a year and a half away. 2 years.
So, what's that?
He's not ready to play. What about Crawford?
They're not ready. They're not ready for the big.
They're not. Wow.
Yeah, they're not ready yet. They're close, but they're not quite ready. So what do you do? Do you hand the center field job to Crawford? Do you take that chance just to make changes? I don't know what they do. They got to change their whole outfield configuration from center field to left field. And the only guy that's susceptible to be moved is Bohm. You can't, would you move Real Muto? You can't move Real Muto. He's a catcher. You're not going to do any better at that position. So I don't know. They're going to have to restyle their bullpen. They've got 4 starters under contract, which is the good part of them.
It's just Bohm. I mean, I don't want to put the blame on him, but it just seemed like when he has he doesn't seem like he can get to the base quick enough. He's so tall. He's
his flexibility at third base is fine. I don't question his athleticism. When he got thrown out at second, he lollygagged that. He thought he was going to get a stand-up double.
Yeah, I'm like, why would he?
Yeah,
do
and
that?
he got thrown out. That can't happen. But he proved to be a good hitter this year. Now, when you lose your confidence, you can't hit, and it's as simple as that. And there's nobody that can inject you with confidence. That's why baseball is the ultimate mano-a-mano game. You're in the batter's box. You got to have a plan. You got to study a pitcher. You got to learn his tendencies. You got to get in counts where you think he's going to throw something, and you got to pounce on it. And they did not the whole game.
Can I ask you something? Do they actually look at film of these pitchers?
Well, they're supposed to. They get scouting reports. They're supposed to look at film. Yes, that's why they have a staff. They have an assistant hitting coach, an assistant to the assistant, the main hitting coach.
They just whiff at everything. I'm screaming at the TV, why are y'all going down? They swinging that ground ball.
I hear you. And these are the supposedly veteran, accomplished players that took no plan to the plate.
None. But this isn't something that should have shocked us. This is the same approach they've had the whole season.
Since the All-Star break.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the numbers, 33 and 34 since the break. If you include the NLDS, 34 and 37. That was the Philadelphia Phillies over the last 71 games. I mean, it's a below-average baseball team. They started out phenomenal. Well, you weren't here yesterday, and one of the questions we had before the lineup got announced, would you have even played Bohm yesterday?
Yeah, why not? Why wouldn't I have played Bohm?
Well, first of all, he gets benched in Game 2.
Yeah, why wouldn't you have played him?
He gets benched in Game 2 because of his attitude. He comes back in Game 3, has terrible approach at the plate. He saw 5 pitches and 4 at-bats, I believe what it was.
Yeah.
And then he sulks on the bench again, the exact reason why he was benched.
You can't worry about benching guys because they're sulking in the playoffs. You got to put your best lineup out there. Who are you going to put out there? You going to play Sosa again at third base?
There was a lefty on the mound, right? You went with Stott, so Sosa wasn't in the line. I had completely lost faith in Alec Bohm.
Yeah, I would have put him back in.
Well, he was 0 for 3. and he made 2 questionable plays in the field at third base. I
am not going to, in an elimination game, not play my best lineup. I mean, my God. He had Stott Marsh in the game playing his best lineup.
I don't know if Bohm is your best lineup, the current Alec Bohm. And that's why, if I can trade Alec Bohm right now, when his value is probably the highest it's ever going to be, I'm trading Alec Bohm.
You're going to make Sosa your everyday third baseman until Aiden Miller's ready? Is that what you're doing?
You do something to carry you maybe a season, and hopefully Aiden Miller's ready in 2026. I'm done with Bohm. Look, this clubhouse, all those good vibes that we talked about, it didn't work, man. They were way too complacent. They all want to be best friends. I think they need to shake things up. And you're right. You're not moving Turner. You're not moving Harper. You're not moving Stott, most likely. Now, you could.
You're not moving Castellanos.
You could try to trade Castellanos. You could try to trade Castellanos.
You want to trade Castellanos for something? He's got some value.
He's been your best player the last 2 years.
He's got your value.
But JT, I'm okay with JT, but he now is not a top-of-the-lineup hitter. He's going to have to be like your normal catchers are, 8-hole hitter. You can't rely on him at the plate anymore. He's just not the same guy at the plate. So let him just be a good catcher. I'm okay with it. You won a World Series with Carlos Ruiz. You can win one with JT.
Here's the other thing. You now have to rebuild almost your entire bullpen because of the faith that you've lost. So who do you have faith in now? Well, you have faith in Strahm, I guess you bring him back. I guess you give Hoffman another spin.
Well, he's a free agent.
Yeah, but you have to sign him. Estevez, you're not going to re-sign. I know it. Strahm and Hoffman. I guess you have to both have them back. Ruiz, he's a piece of crap. Kirkring, you're going to cross your fingers and hope that he continues to develop. But you're going to have to go in now and rebuild a pen that you thought was good.
So you're going to pay Hoffman? I mean, based off of the season, you would pay him.
You pay Hoffman. I mean, what's he going to cost you? He's not going to cost you that much.
Unless he goes out there and gets closer money from somebody.
You're not getting closer money. But the way he performed, come on. He's going to get closer money?
So there's the silver lining. Yeah. At least they could afford to bring him back.
All right, let's go to Charlie in South Philly. Charlie, you're on 97.5 The Fanatic. Charlie. What's up, Charlie?
Yo, Charlie.
Charlie. All right, I'm going to put him on hold. Not paying attention. Tom in Alabama. What's up, Tom?
Yo, Mike.
How are you?
Bill. All right. Hey, Bill, how you doing, man?
What's going on, brother?
Not much, man. You know, as far as accountability, there's none here. I mean, I like the coach and everything, but he did not shake up his lineup either last year, and then you got the general manager who didn't do anything in the off season, let alone at the trade line, and everything he did blew up in our face. And he was supposed to be. I was supposed to think he was supposed to be the guy that took us over the hill, you know, that got us over. Hey, I want to see these draft picks. They must be pretty damn good because he held them back. And Turner, I told you, Mike, that's going to turn out to be the worst contract franchise signing as far as a free agent in the Phillies history. That guy, is nothing like I thought he would be. And then, really, Bill, I'm glad you feel good about him because I sure as hell don't. I mean, 4 hits in the final game. And the thing about it was the bullpen imploded and the hitting was none, but the Phillies were still in the series. They trot Diaz out there. He walks the first 2 guys, and you're going to give me all my hopes and dreams are going to lie with Cody Clemens. Hey, I like him and all, but not all my hopes and dreams. And the same thing with Hoffman, and said he lets him go back out. Now, the coach needs to be held accountable as well as the GM and the players, everyone.
Well, how do you change it now? Where do they stand, Tom?
Well, I mean, as far as now you have questions about a third baseman who was the starter in the All-Star game, you can't do nothing with Realmuto's contract. You cannot do nothing with Turner's contract. I want to keep Harper, yeah, but you're talking about, like you said, about redoing that whole outfield and then coming back with guys in the bullpen who you've lost faith in. It's just, and I mean, to a Mets team that is good, I'm going to take a shot at them yet. They're not going anywhere because they are just almost as bad as we are.
All right, man. You get it off your chest? Feel good?
Feel better. Thank you.
All right, brother. You got, like I say, I got no retort. I don't have anything. I have nothing positive to offer today about what we witnessed. In a million years, I did not think they would lose this series to the Mets. I did not.
It's what surprises me, though, with as good as this team was, and I said this yesterday, that we went into a do-or-die game, and you could debate who was going to start at 4 of the 8 positions outside of pitcher. I mean, you could debate, who should be your second baseman? Who should be your third baseman tonight? Who should be your center fielder? Who should be your left fielder? Like, how did this team go from being one of the greatest teams we've ever seen to start the year to now we don't even know who's playing 4 of the positions? What happened to this team?
Dude, their approach was so fouled up. It was fouled up as simple as this. As Estevez threw 4 straight fastballs to Lindor. Now, I'm going, well, how is that even possible that you would throw him 4 straight fastballs? Where and was JT? JT, did you push the wrong button? How are you throwing 4 straight fastballs to him, thinking he's not going to time one up? You don't twist something in there at that point. You don't mix in a slider. Who's calling those pitches? Was it JT or is it the pitching coach, Caleb Cottom? I don't understand that 4 straight fastballs he threw to him. In a 1-0 game with the bases loaded.
The day before with Nola, too, I questioned some of the pitch selections. So I don't know who's calling those. Is that JT?
He's pressing the button. JT's pressing the button.
It's frustrating, man. It is frustrating. But I'm trading Bohm if I can. If I can get rid of Bohm, I'm doing it. I don't need Marsh here either. I don't need those strikeouts in the lineup. Guy gave you nothing. You know you're stuck with Turner. And JT, Tom said Bill's okay with JT. I'm okay with him behind the plate. I know we're questioning some of the pitch selections last night. But I'm okay with him behind the plate. You just can't rely on him as being your 5-hole or 6-hole anymore. He's got to be down in the lineup. You got to get more production from your outfield. You have to.
I hear you. I can't say that I disagree with you. But I just don't have a solution at third base. I could probably restyle my outfield. So you're going to trade Marsh. You're not going to get much for Marsh.
But, I mean, how long do we have to live with this Alec Bohm attitude, man? I mean, no, you said it's not that big of a deal.
It is a big deal now. He's not a mature player. And when you're an immature player, then you're not professional. You're not and therefore you don't get professional at-bats. You're always in your head. You know, it is. It's like I didn't see that tantrum part of him when he first came up. Like as a minor leaguer, we didn't hear any reports to that. But he gets way down on himself. He's like a golfer that lets a missed putt mess up his tee shot.
Yeah, or
he's like golfing with me.
Yeah,
I mean that's what it is. I watch him play baseball, and I'm like, wow, that's why I'm horrible at golf. But you expect that out of me because.
The saying with golf is it's not the triple bogey that ruins the round. It's your reaction to the triple bogey that ruins your round. That's Alec Bohm.
Yeah, you can't hit at a major league level and react the way I react to putting in the bunker.
And he's not a kid anymore. He's 28 years old. I think there's people who still think Alec Bohm, well, he's a young guy. He's 28. He should be a damn leader on this team.
Everybody graduated daycare. We could take the kids' gloves off with everything at this point. Like, they're all in their mid to late 20s at this point. It's not like they're a bunch of 23-year-olds just showed up on the scene.
Yeah, daycare's done.
All right, 6